Greatness event, and welcome to the Muhammad Ali Center. Thank you. If I haven't had the pleasure to meet you, my name is Erin Herbert, and I'm so thrilled to be in this beautiful room with this beautiful community here today. I'd like to begin by thanking all of our incredible organizational partners and sponsors who not only make this event possible, but who make all of our mission-related work here at the center possible. I'm going to list them all. Let's hold our applause to the end. Our bronze sponsors, AARP, ADP, Amber Holleran, Dr. Alexandra Gerasimitidis, Bellarmine University, Family Scholar House, the Glenview Trust Company, Junior League of Louisville, Mary Casey and the Kentucky Financial Group, Metro United Way, Nana Lampton and Hard Scuffle, our silver sponsor, iHeartMedia, and our platinum sponsors, of course, Louisville Tourism, Passport by Molina Healthcare, Republic Bank, the Community Foundation of Louisville, Churchill Downs, and Brown Forman. Give them all a round of applause. Also very fortunate to have several of our past Daughters of Greatness honorees in the room with us today. I'd like to recognize them all. First of all, Dr. Renee Campbell. Where are you, Dr. Campbell? Stand on up. We also have Judge Denise Clayton with us. Judge Clayton. The great Adria Johnson is with us today. And Carolyn Tandy. Where are you, Carolyn? There she is back there. Thank you. Did I miss anyone? Well, thank you all so much. One of the things I wanted to talk about this morning, we have been at the center over the last 3 years working on an incredible initiative to help cultivate compassion, not only here in our Louisville community, but in our nation and in our world. We launched in January in honor of what would have been Muhammad's birthday, the Muhammad Ali Index, which is a national research study that not only talks about the state of compassion, but it gives us resources and recommendations to help build and drive compassion in our communities. It also tells us what prevents compassionate and just communities and what prevents people from being compassionate. And one of the interesting things that came out of that research for Americans particularly, is that the pace of our life, the sheer pace, the fact that we are constantly moving, that we are constantly on, that we are constantly inundated through our social media and our media, is a preventative factor for us being more compassionate. So I thought, let's give ourselves a moment today in this beautiful community to pause. Let's steal a little time this morning. So if you all wouldn't mind doing something with me, I'll ask you to take 1 minute. If you want to, close your eyes. Because we define compassion not only as empathy, as recognizing someone else's suffering, as having a feeling with that, but compassion is action, right? It's the action that we take to alleviate someone else's suffering. So take a moment, close your eyes if you would, because I'm carrying a lot with me this morning. Acknowledge when you've experienced someone else's suffering. Acknowledge if you've experienced your own suffering, because self-compassion is the core to all compassion. Take a moment, please, to feel it, to really feel it. And take a moment right now to make one commitment to take action, to alleviate that suffering for someone else, that suffering for a community, that suffering for yourself. Take one moment to make a commitment to take action. Thank you all. Thank you all. I think that's a really good practice, right? I'm committing to do that every single day. I hope as a community we can do that together. Thank you, yes, collectively. And please, be a part of our compassion work here at the center. Be a part of building a more compassionate and just Louisville nation and world. At this point, I'd love to welcome to the podium our president and CEO, the great Devon.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You all look beautiful at 9 o'clock in the morning. You look great. The house is packed. And we know why the house is packed, because my sister Corenza is an incredible human being, and we are here to celebrate. But before we do that, I do want to welcome you all to the house that greatness built. This is indeed that. Yes, it's 144 North 6th Street. Yes, it's the Muhammad Ali Center, but ultimately this is a 96,000 square foot facility that greatness built and defined. And we now here at the Muhammad Ali Center are centering ourselves around that idea, that principle, fostering, developing, nurturing greatness. It's what we've committed ourselves to. So as you begin to look and identify and understand how we operate, why we do what we do, we want you to know that it is our commitment to facilitate greatness. And we do that in 3 different ways. One, by things like today, where we celebrate greatness, where we'll celebrate Corenza, we'll celebrate others who are helping to advance the idea, the notion, the experience of greatness. It's important that we do that so that others have an example of what is possible. So we not only celebrate greatness, but we nurture and develop greatness. What you'll see on your tables, you'll see an invitation for you guys to participate and attend our very first GOAT Summit, greatest of all time. We're having conversations with athletes and influencers around how they use their platforms to make the world around them a better place. We nurture and develop greatness, and we ask you to continue to show up in those events and spaces where you will see those things happen. And then lastly, we inspire greatness. We use this 96,000 square foot facility to invite and welcome people literally from all around the world who come into this space on the floors below us to experience the Muhammad Ali Museum and see the life and the legacy of one of the most recognizable human beings on the planet Earth, who's known not just for knocking people out, but for picking people up. And we use this space to inspire people to become great and to do great. And so as we journey on this pathway to greatness, we are asking you, our community, to be with us, particularly as we begin to celebrate our 20th anniversary this November. The Muhammad Ali Center is turning 20 years old. It's amazing. And so we've done so much in these 19, almost 20 years, but we are preparing to do even more for the next 20 years. And in order for us to do that, we are encouraging and challenging our community to be a part of this journey. And so you'll hear me not just this morning, but for months and months in the future, asking for your support. Because what we will plan for this place for the next 20 years will be grand. It will be big. It will be bold. It will be audacious. It will mirror the life and legacy of this man, but we cannot do it alone. So we're going to be asking for your support. Obviously, we want your time, talent, and treasures, and we ask you to go to alicenter.org to share your resources and learn how you can get connected. There's a QR code on the screen here. Today, we ask that you consider supporting with a donation to the Muhammad Ali Center, and know that those investments that you make here will be used to do those 3 things: to celebrate greatness, to nurture and develop greatness, and to inspire greatness. Thank you for being on this journey with us, and let's get ready to celebrate Corenza.
Now, it is a tradition, if you haven't been to Daughters of Greatness, to have a surprise guest who is special to our daughter provide her introduction. So it's my great pleasure to welcome to the microphone Dr. Kirsty Matzek.
Yes, I probably don't need a mic for this, but
I'm going to put it, well, I'm just
yes,
gonna
so
hand it
this
to you.
is actually a surprise to Corenza. It's very hard, if you know Corenza and I, it's very hard for us to keep a secret from each other. And so I had to tell her that, no, it's not me. If it was me, I would tell you, because we tell each other everything. But unfortunately, that's not the case today. But I did have to write something. If you know Corenza and I, so we obviously go off the cuff as well. But I've been given a time limit, so I did write something for Corenza. But again, I'm Dr. Kirsty Matzek. It is truly my honor and joy to introduce someone who is not only an extraordinary leader, but she's also my very best friend, Corenza Townsend. Corenza was named Chief Administrative Officer for Norton West Louisville Hospital in November of 2022, a role that is both historic and transformative. Known as a change maker and a visionary, she has made a career out of finding solutions to complex challenges, especially those that affect our communities and workplaces. Her impact is felt not just within boardrooms, but in neighborhoods and hearts. Over the past 2 decades, Corenza has held key management roles and became a trusted voice to leadership and organizational development. She's a dynamic consultant and an in-demand keynote speaker, and inspires people across the country with her insight, her candor, and her signature blend, if you know Corenza, of strength and grace. Her talks on leadership, innovation, mentoring, and talent development don't just leave you thinking, they actually move you to act. That is one thing I can say about Corenza. Her words will move you to act. Her influence has not gone unnoticed. She's been recognized as one of the top 50 leaders, experts to follow, and has received numerous awards for her work promoting access, education, and equity in her workplace. Yet, as impressive as her resume is, what makes Corenza truly remarkable is the heart behind it all. Beyond the titles and the accolades, Corenza is also deeply rooted in service. She serves on the boards of several nonprofit organizations, and in between all of that, she's a multi-small business owner and a devoted mom to Michael, which I call Mikey, one of her greatest sources of pride. Now, on a personal note, people often assume that we've been best friends since we were kids, and I get why they think that. Our bond runs deep. But we actually became best friends as adults. We've navigated trying times, our times together outside, but also at Norton as well. Not bad things, let me say that. Not bad things, guys. But we've celebrated even more amazing ones. I've had the front row seat to witness I've had the front row seat to witness her transformation, what started as a small concept over salsa and chips, into a national vision that is changing lives. And let me tell you, it is nothing short of inspiring. There's a symbol that Corenza and I carry with each other that reminds us of who we are, what we've overcome, and the strength as we share. And like the meaning behind it, Corenza has always been a lightning bolt, striking, illuminating, and impossible to ignore. There are memories I cherish deeply, being out with Corenza and her mother, who I affectionately refer to as Mama Hill. Corenza would always laugh and say, "Lord, I can't take you all nowhere." Or her other signature phrase is, "They always tell me, take my best friend and my mom," they said. But underneath the teasing was so much love and deep pride. Mama Hill beamed with pride anytime she talked about Corenza, and rightfully so. Her spirit is still with us, and I know she is smiling and beaming with pride this morning. Lastly, this morning is especially sweet for me because this is a moment of surprise with Corenza, as I said earlier. A chance to finally return the favor because someone helped my husband surprise me with a proposal years ago. Ha ha ha. So, Corenza, I hope you feel the love in this room and the admiration that we all have for you, especially me. Not just for what you do, but for who you are. So if everyone could please stand with me. And so with all my love, pride, and admiration, please help me welcome the unstoppable, unforgettable, and fiercely brilliant Corenza Townsend.
It's coming, and y'all might have to help me do it. All right, so I actually wrote something. Those who know me know that I fly off the cuff. Kirsty just mentioned that, and I usually don't write a speech. I just say it from the heart, but there was a lot I needed to get in, and so I'm going to try to read this. I promise I will try to keep it short. But first and foremost, thank you to everyone here. Thank you to the Muhammad Ali Center, and thank you to Devon, my neighbor, friend, all the things. It's kind of been a little bit of a journey with you over the last couple of years. I know it. So really, really seriously, thank you for this tremendous honor. To share and to stand here at the Muhammad Ali Center being recognized in his image, not just for the champion in the ring, but most importantly, the champion for justice, dignity, and for community. Don't get it twisted though, I can fight. Kirsty might be the first victim today. All right, so am I going left or right on the clicker? We'll find out. So it's really uncomfortable for me to talk about myself. I really do prefer to celebrate those who have poured into the woman that I've become, those who have guided and continue to guide me along this journey, and impressively, those who put up with my shenanigans. If you know, you know. So, who is Corenza Townsend? I'm going to share a little bit with y'all. Something that I normally don't share is a lot about my family. So who is Corenza Townsend? Some of y'all call me Coco. Some of y'all call me Wanky, my aunt. Kirsty calls me Co. We got people that call me Cuckoo. A patient gave me the name Carita and it stuck, so now my staff calls me that. And some of you guys know me by Kabuki. That name sounds familiar to some. That name came from two of my cousins. When I tell y'all I dug up pictures, I dug up pictures. It's affectionately the name of one of my businesses, but more importantly, a name that these two baboons gave me years ago, and I still go by it. For short, it's Buki. So I was raised here in Louisville, Kentucky, by way of Milwaukee, but only after living in Oakdale, Minnesota for 9 months. Standing in front of you as a 2025 daughter of greatness, I am the daughter of Katrina, a devoted community member and entrepreneur, known for her warmth and steady presence, and Alfonso, an international arms dealer. Can you see the combination there? You can't make this up. I'm serious also. Just like Ali, I grew up in a family, a community, a village where stories of resilience and hope are woven into daily life. Something to the effect of a tribe. We have a group text called La Familia, and my clicker's not working. We have a group text called La Familia. This is where my generation keeps tabs on each other, current events for the kiddos, mental and physical check-ins, inappropriate memes, the latest tea, and potentially who's going to start the homestead in the middle of nowhere we're all going to move. Anybody else? Talk. Maybe we'll all just move to the same place. Normal conversations. We also have the best generational traditions. We call it the cousins night. There's no plan. You show up, you bring something, you don't bring something. The kids run around semi-attended. And the adults tease about how we're them, meaning we're our parents now. We're the old ones. And buckle over in laughter about jokes we would only understand. Holidays are no different. Family is something that we take very seriously. The origin of the family member is rather questionable. So how are you related again? Never mind. Be at the house, Christmas Eve. Yeah, you know. Be at the house, Christmas Eve, wear your reindeer pajamas. Don't ask nobody to fix you a plate. There's no guests here. If you know, you know. You've been to my house or my mother's house. That's what we do. I skipped one. That's okay. I know, it's my family. Aren't they cute? I'll let you look at that for a second. I was supposed to be clicking. The word of the day is humility. There we go. Be a leader, I say, as my son Mikey, or Michael, responds, not a follower. Be a leader, not a follower. My mother used to say that to my brother Keenan and me every morning. Now hearing those words come from Mikey's mouth reminds me that the lessons we pass down truly root. It's a full circle moment, proof that the values my mother instilled in us are alive in the next generation. Katrina is still around. Amen to that one. It's not just about telling him to stand tall, but showing, is that my time? I'm going to stay on script. It's not just about telling him to stand tall, but showing him through my actions and my work and my love what it means to lead with integrity, kindness, and courage. I want Mikey to know that leadership isn't about being out front. It's about making choices that uplift others, having the courage to do what's right, even when it's hard, and leaving a legacy that inspires those who come after us. Just as my mother's words shaped me, I hope mine will shape him to be bold, compassionate, and always true to himself. Because at the end of the day, my greatest hope that he grows into a man that leads with heart
and that he knows he is and will always be my greatest achievement and my biggest inspiration. In other words, say the thing, kid. My childhood shaped my belief that everyone deserves a chance. TT, you're up there. My childhood shaped my belief that everyone deserves a chance. I watched my family members and those who I consider family face health challenges. I became a caregiver at 30. That experience fueled my passion for healthcare, for equity, the fair chance, and for surrounding myself and building up those who uplift others. My mother and many of her siblings are and were foster parents. My aunt still has a shelter for children in need of protective services in Racine, Wisconsin. I take care of my community and my business. It's in my DNA. My greatest inspiration and inspirations have always been my family, my friends, my mentors who taught me the value of kindness, grit, grind, and audacity. I know y'all know I got a lot of that. I ain't gonna apologize for it. It's me. I'm the problem. People like my mother started in corporate America, opened a successful restaurant with no experience, created a seasoning line that made it into major retails, all while battling 20 years of illness. My aunt, my TT, who constantly reminds me to lean into my faith, to have patience, to be still. Be still. She has to tell me that a lot. Be still. The matriarch of the family, passing the baton, the woman who I wrote my "Who is Your Hero" paper in the 5th grade. My best friend, I should take this one down. I'm gonna go back to the last slide. I'll rewrite this real quick. Give me a few minutes. My best friend, Dr. Kirsty Matzing, not only was she the other stalker outside the restroom waiting on Russ, because we had the unreasonably bold idea to create an event for West Louisville, still known to this day as Unity Jam, but even more importantly, a hospital for this community. But Kirsty is also a true friend, kind of, an unwavering supporter. She has been there for me through every challenge, offering guidance, encouragement, secrets, and genuine care. Her friendship is as steadfast as her leadership, always present, always sincere. Co, I don't know. Tell me if I'm tripping. Of course, the answer is always no. You're never tripping, friend. Even yesterday on our phone call. You're not tripping. You're not tripping. It's them, not you. For the record, your title is CEO and mine is CAO, so lunch is still on you. It's still on you. Still on you. Let's see. Oh, Charlotte. Mentors who prefer to remain behind the scenes. Some of them are in this room. And those who walk in front of and beside me. My boss, the jazziest boss babe I know. I mean, literally, look at what she has on. I call her Chips. Charlotte Ibsen, you get it? Chips? She has a nickname. Her spirit and level of knowledge is as out of this world as her wardrobe. I swear by it, y'all. You should see her in heels and a hard hat. Also in this picture, I don't know what we were supposed to be holding up because it's not, but I love it. So, there's a, never mind. It's cute. She's jazzy. You get the point. Many people at Norton know her by name, but I don't think they realize her impact on my life. Brenda Stewart, who you see here. She practically raised me professionally. I remember in my interview with her, I was about 20 years old. I'm only 21. At the end of the interview, Brenda asked me if I had any questions. I said, yeah, just one. When do I start? I've literally been waddling behind this lady like a baby duck ever since. Ever since. But Brenda taught me how to shade the gray. She gave me the freedom to be myself, but also how to maneuver through a career space that wasn't necessarily built for me. These two right here, these three. The silent but deadly crew, Renee Murphy, if you know, you know. Kedra King, get you one, but you can't have mine. And Abra Sickles, she is the master of all things. This is where the magic happens, the masterminds behind the scenes. There's always a plan. There is always a plan, and somebody is always telling me where to go and what to do. It's those three. You got my amazing project manager. Where's Karen? Karen Coke, stand up. She told me not to tell her stand up. Stand up. Stand up. She's also the chaos coordinator. It's quite the blended line between personal and professional at this point. But Karen has all of the ducks. She has them in a row, and a few of them she's got by the neck. We love Karen Coke. And Karen says it like it is, boy. There's another chaos coordinator. She's sitting right next to her, Chandra. Stand up. There's no pictures of them because they're always behind the scenes. You never see them. We never talk about the people who are doing the hard things. So I wanted to make sure I recognize the two of you. But Chandra, she's the voice of reason. She's the peaceful and kind one, even when I don't want to be. She's got the ducks in a row, but she had to soothe them there. And it worked. So I'm yelling in the background. So, as Billy Crystal once said about Muhammad Ali, he was a kid from Louisville who ran with the gods and walked with the cripple. He shows us that you can be bold and humble, fierce yet compassionate. It reminds us that greatness is rooted in humanity. Reminds me of another man I know. I call him Big Russ. You know him as my president and CEO of Norton Healthcare. I like Big Russ better. I mentioned the word audacity. He has the courageousness to advocate for the right things, the boldness to step out on faith, and the grace of God to handle what comes with it. Poor guy. I know. They thought he was crazy and that I couldn't do it. One of those two things might be true. All I'm saying is I'm 6 months in. I might not have a job after that statement, but I'm 6 months in. Confidence, conviction, dedication, giving, respect, spirituality. I don't know. Russ might be the daughter of greatness. Flip your hair, Russ. Speaking of Norton Healthcare, let me take a moment to really share with you what it really took to pull this off, right behind the scenes. You heard me mention Karen and Chandra. To open the doors of Norton West Louisville Hospital, this wasn't just about constructing a building. It was about challenging assumptions, Lord, and making sure our community finally had access to care and the dignity it deserves. There were days when people questioned whether a hospital like this could truly thrive west of 9th Street, whether our community could use it, or if we would attract the talent and resources needed. But we refused to let those stereotypes define our future. From the beginning, we advocated fiercely, like tooth and nail, fiercely to ensure every detail met our community's needs. We pushed for state-of-the-art equipment and technology in our operating rooms, for spaces that felt welcoming and calming, for the design that prioritized patient experience and access. Vibrant art curated and created by local artists. We insisted on a hospital that not only treated illness, but also honored the legacy of medical pioneers who served the community long before us. This is greatness in West Louisville. Our team motto is, what is it, Johnny?
First, you last.
If you ain't first, you last. We've dubbed ourselves the land of the misfit toys. The reality is, they're the perfect fit. Planning meetings, walkthroughs, thousands of interviews, leadership training, challenging the status quo, proving our excellence over and over and over and over again. And over again. We're white, black, straight, gay, questionable, depending on the day. Older, too young. From the East End, from the West End, Indiana. We got one from Maryland. Marcus, darling. But we're qualified. That's the main point. And if I must say so myself, we are doing an amazing job. Where are my folks from West Louisville Hospital? Stand up. Also, based on our patient satisfaction survey, we have cute staff. It's in writing. It's in writing. They put it on the survey. Patient experience director right here, she'll tell you. The nurses and the staff, the leadership, they're so cute. Like this. But qualified. They're qualified. That wasn't in here. Stick to the script. Sorry. Stick to the script. Stick to the script. I'm sorry, y'all. If you're a part of the Norton healthcare family, stand up for me real quick. You gotta stand up. This isn't in the script either, but I have to say this. Corenza did not have a 80, 90, $100 million. Okay? Papa Russ, our board of directors, Norton Healthcare, they paid for this hospital. That's where that funding came from. So although I forged the path, you can't do something as big as what we've done without an organization like this backing you. Okay, so as I stand up here as a daughter of greatness, I jokingly said Russ might be the daughters of greatness. Look here, Russ. But I need to say that out loud. You need to hear me say that. This is a Norton Healthcare thing as well. Okay, so to step out and be courageous and take that chance when everybody told you it was a bad idea, that's a thing. Okay? Okay, back to the script. Back to the script. I pray that you were able to witness the celebration leading up to opening day. The block party, the ribbon cutting. Andy B got a street cred if you were there. Right on, Andy B. Russ preached his first sermon. It's time. The brother is ordained. He's ordained. Watch out, Vincent James. You were right in front of me. I had to say it. But if not, there's a video on our website. Need a provider, that's on our website. Want to donate to volunteers on our website. Small plug. I'm just kidding. Seriously. All jokes aside, what did Ali say? Don't count the days, make the days count. Every day we work, we listen, we build. So special again, thank you to Norton Healthcare and our board of directors for making that happen. Yay! Y'all, we got a hospital in West Louisville. It's a testament to what conviction and community can do, right? Yeah. Second page, I promise I'm almost done. What we got? I know. And I'm actually reading it. Good girl. So why do I do what I do, right? Why do I do this work? As you can see, I do this because I believe a healthy and happy community is the foundation to all other dreams. I realize that to truly make a difference, I must think bigger, even bigger. This was big, but even bigger. To build not only relationships, but processes and traditions that last. I do this for my son, your kids, your grandkids, their grandkids. I do it for a future that knows no barriers to access, education, or just random necessities to daily living. Something so simple. Our community still faces disparities in healthcare, education, health literacy, and opportunities. These are not just statistics. They're our neighbors, our children, our elders. We must continue to confront these issues head on in all areas of our city and state. For all. Everybody, not just West Louisville, not just East Louisville, counties, everybody, for all. Ali taught us that life is best when you build bridges between people and not walls. My call to action is simple. Use your voice. Move your feet. When you see a need, speak up. If you have an idea, share it. If you have the chance to lift someone up, take it. Together, let's make our days count by making a difference, one act of confidence, conviction, and compassion at a time. Let us remember, greatness is not a destination, but a journey. It's found in every act of courage, every moment of giving, every bridge we build. Be a leader. Some of y'all were awake. I lost y'all, didn't I? Be a leader. Not a follower. That's weak. Be a leader. Not a follower. One more time for good measure. Be a leader. Not a follower. Y'all all right. Thank you for letting me share my story and for being a part of this journey towards a healthier, more just, more loving community. Service to others is the rent you pay for the room here on earth. Muhammad Ali. Yes, I will take some questions. Who has questions? This is scary. Let's do it. This is the part where Renee Murphy stands in the back of the room like, don't answer that. We got to, okay. I'm just going to stand here and answer questions. I'm trying to conduct the room. This is not my space.
Good morning.
Good
Thank
morning.
you for your speech.
Thank
It's very
you.
inspiring. What has been your path to leadership and what has kept you on it and focused?
A lot of people around me. I spoke about my mother's restaurant. I started working there when I was 11. You kind of roll into leadership from there. I'm a nurse by trade. I did not technically mention that. I think Kirsty might have mentioned that. I'm a nurse by trade. The combination of the two, start them young, start them early. Keeping me on that path, it really comes down to mentors, mentorship, and people, kind of pulling you by your ear, trying to keep you on the straight and narrow. So I can't really take credit for that. It is, set goals, have the proper people around you. But it was truly just nurtured. It was a simple answer, but it was nurtured. Run! Price is right.
Thank you, Corenza, so much for being here. My name is Dionne Rivas. I'm from the Community Foundation of Louisville. I wrote down my question. So there's a quote about lifting others as we climb. Can you talk more about how you mentor or guide your direct reports or others in your organization?
Just nod and agree, okay? We talk about allowing people to be their authentic selves. So I lead with that. It's easier to grow and to have growth when you do lead with that. And so I preach and preach and preach that I need you to show up as your authentic self, and everything in between, I'll help guide you through that, or we can partner through it. I speak about education a lot. You don't know what you don't know. And so making the assumption that because somebody is a leader or they have the title, that they have all of the elements that come with it, whether it be professionalism, how to talk to people, how to dress, general things like how to manage through any situation. We can teach those in a class, but you kind of got to walk side by side with people. And so physically, in a way of doing that, the first time something happens, I'll do it and they'll watch me. The second time, I'll have them do it, I'll watch them, and I'll step in if I need to. The third time they do it, I say nothing, and then I send them off to do great things. That's the physical answer to it. But it really boils down to, don't make any assumptions about where anybody is or what comes with them as a package. When you manage people or you're coaching people through, you've got to remember that they are a whole person with other things going on outside of work, and there's a history that came with them, right, wrong, or indifferent. When you're coaching somebody, you're coaching the whole person, not just professionally. I can teach you how to do a job. That's the easy part. But how do I help you be a better person? And what am I learning from you in your situation so that the next person I help, if they have those things going on or even a remotely small piece of that going on, now I have something else in my toolbox where I can help the next person too. So it's a little bit equally yoked. No.
So, Corenza, I want you to talk about this leadership journey that was probably different than ones that you've experienced in the past. And I mean that in the sense that this West Louisville project wasn't one that people thought was possible. And I say that because Mark Holman and I at Goodwill, part of the process of building that campus, and as we were having early conversations with people about this significant investment at 28th and Broadway and revitalizing a community that had not seen that kind of investment in years, people literally laughed at us and thought it was impossible. And I know you experienced the same thing as you and Russ were looking to build this hospital. Talk about what it took to overcome that and lead in a way that had to fight against the winds as opposed to having the winds at your back?
Don't answer that. Sometimes you just know who you are, right? You know who you are and you know what you want. You know what you need. You know what your community needs. And I led with that. Pick your battles, though, right? I'm a wild child. I'm out there. I throw ideas. I'll do the thing. But you have to do it strategically. You had to pick your battles. You can't go in there locked and loaded, right? And having conversations. I spoke about education here. I had to do a lot of educating my way through the process. So whereas I think it's common sense that everybody knows that West Louisville is an underserved community, or I think that everybody understands that there are people that are living paycheck by paycheck, or I think that everybody understands there's a lack of transportation. I think that everybody understands that not everybody knows how to, utilize a hospital. To me, I know how to use an emergency room, right? I know what would be best for the community. I know what would make sense. I know that two things can be true. You can do good business and take care of patients at the same time. But I can't make the assumption that everybody else does. And so I found myself doing a whole lot of educating. Nicely, some not so nicely. But a lot of educating, a lot of standing 10 toes down on what I know is right. And sometimes a whole lot of I told you so's. So it was definitely a journey. But a piece of success in this journey that I don't think we say out loud enough in both projects or at large and anything that we've done successfully so far in West Louisville, one of the biggest success is education. A lot of people didn't know what was truly going on in the weeds in West Louisville or what those disparities were. And so as we've gone through this journey, there are so many people in the state of Kentucky and now nationally around the world, internationally, who know what's going on in West Louisville or what those details are. And they got a glimpse in, and so many more people that want to help. And so as we are successfully seeing patients and we are successfully running this hospital, Johnny just told me we're on like, okay, things are going good financially. For our hospital, the biggest win here is that so many more people want to get involved. So many more people are educated. And it makes it all worth it. Every ounce of it makes it worth it. Awareness. I saw one more hand up somewhere.
Right here.
Oh, gotcha.
Where do you see yourself as far as personal growth with the creation and implementation of this hospital?
Patience. It is, I would say, patience and how to navigate other spaces, right? I was in a leadership role before taking on this hospital. There's this misconception that I was like this random nurse working on the floor, and then Russ was like, oh, you and Kirsty had an idea. You should build a hospital. Figure it out. That wasn't the case. I've been with the organization for, 15, 16 years. So patience and how to navigate other spaces and how to navigate more of the community versus just patients and just dealing with, my team and leaders and things like that. How to play the game even better. I gave you a whole other answer when I gave you that look. You had she had her hand up. You can toss it to her. Okay. I'm gonna answer your question. I got you.
My name is Jonathan Doherty. I'm from the Excel Center.
Mm-hmm.
And as a leader yourself, who do you hope to inspire others to follow in your footsteps?
As many people as will listen. As many people as will listen. And not just to follow in my footsteps, but do bigger, better, and greater things. Surpass me.
So much, Daughter of Greatness.
Thank you.
I'm on a number of Louisville boards that are trying to do great things,
Mm-hmm.
and they say what got you here won't get you there. What is your prayer for Louisville going forward?
answers only. She said honest answers only. The first one, clear some of those boards of people who aren't doing anything. So if anybody was at the MLK breakfast, one of the things I did with everybody was move your feet. We don't have time to do it. It's really cool, and we might go through the floor, and I don't want Devon to ask me for money. So I mentioned move your feet. We can talk about it all day long. We can have meetings about it. We can have meetings about the meetings about the meetings. What are you doing? What are the next steps? We talk about putting your money where your mouth is. Not everybody's got money. A lot of people have ideas. Write them down, that's great, but what are you physically doing? So it's action steps. You've got to put whatever you have on paper into action, and if what you have on paper isn't actionable, then it doesn't need to be on paper at all. So clear the boards, get the right people on the boards. See, y'all don't put me on a tangent. And then move your feet, move your feet. We have got to do progressive things, think outside the box. I talk about innovation all the time. It's a happy place for me, but innovation is not always making or building something new. It is not the newest iPhone. It's not the greatest and latest AI thing. Sometimes innovation is just doing something different to get a better result. That is innovation. What are you doing to progress whatever it is you're doing, whether it be for the city or whatever you're doing at work? If you're working on a project and you've been working on the same project for the last 5 years, you might want to try something a little bit different. Yeah. So it really is that simple. Move your feet. Stop talking about it. Oh, he let me have one more.
Hey.
Hey.
My name is Louisville Johnson. I'm a mental health therapist, and I'm also a Begin to Talk LLC. Real quick question. I can't, okay, well, I can
speak up, girl.
Now. Come on now. All right, no. My name is Elisha Durrett Johnson with Begin to Talk LLC, and I am a mental health therapist. Not only is your story inspiring, right, but when I really think about being a leader and being selfless, putting ourselves on the back burner is one of the things that we normally do. How do you maintain your work-life balance? How do you maintain your mental wellness? And then as a Black woman, stop playing. We're not going to act like you're not one standing up here. How do you maintain that space, right, and navigate through those spaces as well?
That was like 7 questions in one. But I like the way you played it. There's no such thing as work-life balance. Don't let nobody fool you and tell you that. There's no such thing as work-life balance. I used to have people tell me, I would consider myself a go-getter, right? I will run until the wheels fall off. But I like that. I enjoy that. That is for me. And so anybody that tells me otherwise, I'm sorry, that's just the way I am. Not everybody is like that. A lot of people need breaks and they need to do an section. I'm going. Like, we're going. We're going. So to say that the idea of work-life balance for me, my work is part of my life. And to balance it means to juggle all the things. It's not one or the other. What I do for work is what I love to do. Spending time with family and my child and doing all the extracurricular things, they kind of sort of intertwined, and I roped them all into it with me. I made my auntie fly out here for this, and she's going to be here next weekend for graduation. Yeah, she's in it with me. So it really becomes family, it becomes your life. That doesn't sound great to some people, but for me, I absolutely love it. It's what keeps me going every day. To answer your question about, being a Black woman in this space, to me, I feel like it's a leg up because at 50,000 feet, I can relate and see other things with other people. It's the same thing with being an administrator in healthcare and being a nurse. At 50,000 feet, I can see it from an administrative standpoint or an operational standpoint. I can see it from, the caregiver standpoint. So I don't see that as a challenge, and most people do. But I got this. And you do too. It's perception. It's perception. If you moan and groan about it, you'll be sad. If you just go get it, you'll be good. Yeah.
Let's give our daughter greatness.
Cheers.
Let's go all the way down there.
I'm going to put it in this corner.
Okay, that's great. Thank you, Devon.
Let me mess up.
Yeah, go ahead. I invite all of our past Daughters of Greatness to join us up here on the stage, please? And while they're making their way up, wait a minute, Annie, don't sneak away. Come here. I want to introduce you all to the magician behind the magic that happens here. This is Lady Varghese. Annie is the person who you all are in contact with at your tables together. She's incredible, so I just wanted you all to say hello to Miss Annie up here. All right, let's have our Daughters of Greatness come on up, please. This is a great time to take a picture, so get your phones out. Come on, and we'll stand down here if you all want to move in front of us. Thanks, Annie. Well, I am going to read that. Thanks. You guys go ahead and run over. If you don't mind holding it right there, Annie, I'll read it while you hold it. And then, do you mind giving her a pen? Thank you so much. All right, Corenza, surrounded by Daughters of Greatness, the Muhammad Ali confers upon you the honor of Daughter of Greatness. In recognition of your leadership and dedication to social philanthropy, activism, and pursuits of justice, congratulations. Great time for pictures. Thank you. Friends, we will be back together on June 27th, to honor Gretchen Hunt, who's with us here today. I hope to see you all then. Between now and then, we will be celebrating the Muhammad Ali Festival at the beginning of June. Please come join us for the Goat Summit, for our Ali Carnival. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe today, and we'll see you in a few weeks.